If you are over 50, you have probably lived through more than a few storms. Loss, transition, uncertainty. Moments when you realize that control is often an illusion, that life has a way of pulling us into unexpected currents. And yet, here you are, still standing, still seeking, still learning. There is a quiet strength in that. And it is exactly why now, more than ever, Stoicism has something to offer you. Stoicism is not about coldness. It is not about pretending not to feel. It is about learning to respond, not react. It is about seeing clearly what is within, your power, and what is not, and letting go of what weighs down your spirit. This philosophy was born in ancient Greece and Rome. It was not created in ivory towers or quiet monasteries. It was built in the real world, on the battlefield, in the courtroom, in the middle of heartbreak, betrayal, and war. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world at the time, wrote in his personal journal not about glory, but about discipline, mortality, and humility. Epictetus, once a slave, taught that while his body could be broken or chained, his mind was entirely his own. No one could take that from him. That is the core of Stoicism. Your mind is your fortress. Think about that. Your mind, your perspective, your daily response to life's challenges. This is where your power lies. And after 50, we start to see this more clearly. We have tried controlling the uncontrollable. We have carried the weight of everyone's expectations. And we have learned, sometimes painfully, what really matters. So here is the heart of Stoic thought, the idea of control. There are things you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your values, and there are things you cannot control, the past, the behavior of others, aging, illness, even death. This simple distinction is incredibly freeing. When you begin each day focused only on what is in your power, life becomes lighter. You're not wasting energy wrestling with shadows. You're planting your feet firmly in the now. Here is where Stoic reflection comes in. This is not just a philosophy to be read. It is one to be lived. And the way to live it is through daily practice. Let me walk you through 3 simple but powerful Stoic reflection habits you can start today. First, start your morning with a control journal. Take 5 quiet minutes and ask yourself, what is in my control today? How can I meet challenges with calm? What virtues will I practice, like patience, courage, or honesty? Write your answers. This practice centers your mind. It is like putting on mental armor before facing the day. Second, try negative visualization. This may sound strange, but it is powerful. Visualize something going wrong, a delay, a disagreement, a setback. Now pause and ask, how would the wiser version of me respond? How can I bring dignity and peace to this moment, even if it is not ideal? By mentally rehearsing challenges, we become more emotionally resilient. The Stoics did this every day, not to worry, but to prepare. They believed that if you have seen it with your mind, you will not be shocked by it in life. Third, end your day with evening reflection. Ask yourself, what did I handle well today? Where did I act with integrity? Where can I improve tomorrow? This is not self-criticism. It is self-refinement. It is how you become more grounded, more graceful, more aligned with who you want to be. Now let me share a story. One modern and one historical. Years ago, I met a man named Daniel. He was 62, recently retired, and quietly struggling. Not with money or health, but with identity. He told me, I do not know who I am without the job. I introduced him to Stoic journaling. At first, he resisted. He said, I am not a writer, but 2 months later, he told me something I will never forget. He said, I used to write reports for others. Now I write truths for myself. I am finally listening to me. Daniel now starts every day with a single Stoic quote and a question. What would Marcus do? And he says, for the first time in decades, he feels like he is building something again, not in a career, but in his character. And of course, there is Marcus Aurelius himself, an emperor, a general, a man responsible for millions. He lost children. He suffered betrayal, he faced wars and plagues, and yet, night after night, and he wrote to himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." He was not writing for an audience, he was writing to stay calm, to lead with compassion, to accept what he could not change, to be what life needed most. Now I invite you to try it too. Take on a 7-day Stoic reflection challenge. Each morning, write down one thing you can control, one challenge you may face, one virtue you want to embody. Each evening, write one thing you did well, one moment where you could have responded better, one lesson you learned. That is it. No pressure, no perfect grammar. Just a private conversation with your wiser self. You might be surprised by what you discover. Over time, your mindset will shift. You will begin to notice less anxiety, more clarity, a steadier heart. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. Life after 50 is not the end of growth, it is the beginning of integration. You are bringing together everything you have learned, felt, feared, and survived, and using it to live with deeper purpose. The Stoics did not promise a pain-free life, but they did promise that you could meet pain with dignity, that you could walk into each day with calm, not chaos, and that peace comes not from control, but from alignment with your highest self. If this spoke to you, like this video, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and share it with someone in their reflective season of life. And tell me in the comments, what is one thing you want to let go of today? Let us begin this journey together.